Union Test Prep's Reading Practice Test for the ACT. Please note, there will be a brief 5-second pause after answer choices are given. This is a good time to pause the video to solve. Question 1. Relationships between parents and children can be fraught. Some relationships more closely resemble dictatorships, while others more closely resemble intimate friendships. Although the types of relationships vary based on culture, upbringing, and personalities, most child experts agree that a clear delineation between parent and child is vital to maintaining a healthy parent-child relationship. What is the main idea of this passage? A. There should be a clear line between a parent and child. B. Authoritarian parenting is superior to friendly parenting. C. Parents and children should be close friends. Or D. Authoritarian parenting and friendly parenting are on equal footing. The correct answer is A. The main idea of the passage is that there should be a clear dividing line between a parent and child. Although it mentions authoritarian relationships and friendships, it does not delve deeply into either of these relationships. Suggesting that children and adults should have a friendship-style relationship is in direct opposition with the passage. Question 2. Before taking another step, the child glanced around her furtively, determined to successfully snatch the last handful of cereal. She crept forward, her feet light on the floor. Suddenly, Rufus, the family dog, came bursting through the door, and she burst out laughing, effectively destroying her attempts at carrying out a cunning ploy. Which of these groups of words from the passage denotes the passage of time? A. Came bursting. B. Carrying out a ploy. C. Before, suddenly. Or D. Glanced, crept forward. The correct answer is C. Although each of the options denotes a child's actions, before and suddenly are the only two words used to describe time passing by. Question 3. Before taking another step, the child glanced around her furtively, determined to successfully snatch the last handful of cereal. She crept forward, her feet light on the floor. Suddenly, Rufus, the family dog, came bursting through the door, and she burst out laughing, effectively destroying her attempts at carrying out a cunning ploy. Given the context of the word, what is the meaning of the word furtively? A. Loud and boisterous. B. Quiet and secretive. C. Nervous and unsure. Or D. Awkward and wobbly. The correct answer is B. Although young children are very often awkward and unsteady on their feet, the word furtive means quiet and secretive. The child is described as trying to sneak some cereal, suggesting that her movements are covert. Question 4. Which of the following is an example of a generalization? A. Children grow hyper after eating sugar. B. A child under the age of 2 should not have access to the internet. C. Adults should not like children's movies. Or D. 4 plus 7 equals 11. The correct answer is A. Children grow hyper after eating sugar is the only response exemplifying generalizations. A generalization makes a broad statement about an object, place, person, or group. A child under the age and adults should not like are both advising statements, rather than generalized ones. A mathematical equation is not a generalization, as it is a single, concrete response. Question 5. Sophia closed her eyes. Cacophony sounded all around her, her hearing suddenly vivid and clear. Her palms clammy, she suppressed the scream rising in her throat. Sophia's hearing growing clear is an example of what? A. Exposition. B. Cause and effect. C. Hyperbole. Or D. Simile. The correct answer is B. Exposition is a term used to describe setting the scene of a piece. Hyperbole is exaggeration, while a simile is a comparison. Sophia's hearing became clear because she closed her eyes, which demonstrates cause and effect. Question 6. Leland snapped his fingers through the bars of Eli's crib, wiggling them menacingly. Eli pushed away from the edges of his bed, trying to avoid the older child's hands. Leland grinned at Eli's discomfort and continued to bother the younger child, smiling wider each time his actions elicited a cry. Leland and Eli are an example of what? A. Cause and effect. B. Implicit and explicit details. C. Protagonist and antagonist. Or D. Pronoun and antecedent. The correct answer is C. The passage sets the characters up as being characters in contention, rendering them the protagonist and antagonist. Pronouns and antecedents are parts of a sentence. Explicit and implicit details are details that are clearly stated and implied in a text, and cause and effect describes a sequence of events. Question 7. Which of the following details supports the main idea? Low test scores continue to be a problem in American schools. A. Children spend more than 6 hours using media of some form each day. B. Fewer than 50% of parents are completing their children's schoolwork with them. C. Divorce rates are higher now than they have ever been. Or D. The United States scored in the bottom 70% of testing worldwide. The correct answer is D. Although each of the answers could potentially contribute to a child's grades, the United States scored is the only answer that directly correlates to the main idea. Question 8. Reading to children is an important part of supporting and promoting literacy in early childhood and beyond. Reading does not have to be complex or excessive. Instead, reading as little as one book per day, or even 10 minutes per day, can be useful in helping children develop superlative, interactive, and communication skills. What is the purpose of this passage? A. To discourage excessive reading. B. To discourage watching television. C. To encourage consistent reading with children. Or D. To encourage reading to children as much as possible. The correct answer is C. The passage encourages reading to children consistently to support early literacy. The passage neither encourages nor discourages a constant, unending stream of reading to children, nor does it suggest you should never watch TV. Question 9. Coffee beans, though largely known as beans, are actually seeds found within a type of fruit. Initially green, the beans are roasted to varying degrees to create the rich flavor distinctive to coffee. In what manner is the information given in this passage? A. Implicitly. B. Inadvertently. C. Bluntly. Or D. Explicitly. The correct answer is D. The information presented about coffee is done so explicitly. An implicit sequence of information would hint or suggest. An inadvertent thread of information would be offered accidentally. A blunt thread of conversation would border on rude in its delivery. Question 10. Recycling is a proverbial bandage on a bullet wound, as it focuses on the end result of plastic overuse, rather than tackling the problem at its root. Instead of placing an emphasis on increasing recycling, the basic structure of production and convenience culture needs to change. How does the author feel about the subject he/she is writing about? A. Excited. B. Frustrated. C. Furious. Or D. Exuberant. The correct answer is B. Each option, say frustrated, suggests the presence of large, overwhelming emotions, whether these emotions are positive or negative. The passage, however, does not possess any language within it that suggests powerful emotions. Instead, the author appears to be frustrated by the current state of recycling and plastic production. For free practice test study guides and flashcards for the ACT, please visit us at uniontestprep.com/ACT.